Okay, folks, this is definitely one of the greatest battles I was ever involved in. It involved a lot of spotting, a lot of driving, a lot of excitement. Now, I'm platooned with Maker in his SU-5 and E-28 in his Pretzel, the AMX-13 F3. And this eventually turned into an epic base defense using the capabilities of the T-50 to the max. And that's not an encouraging comment when one of your most important vehicles says it's his first game. Now, as you can see, there's a huge force marching up the 6 line. If our whole team went that way, I mean, we might be able to completely crush them. But in this case, that's not what happened. So let's just keep an eye on the events. As you can see also, the 1-2-3 line at this moment is completely undefended. And I point that out to everybody. I mean, I'm not against concentrating strength in one part of the map. In fact, that's often a battle-winning strategy. But if you're going to do that, you can't waste time doing it. If you get stalled, you can just be picked apart. And that appears to be what's happening to the 6-line push. They faltered there, not unexpectedly. So I'm coming over to the 1-2 line to just check on things here. And I will just take a peek and then get out of there. So far, so good. And I'm using a little bit of a play on words there. I keep saying awesome to Awesemo 3000. And I can't resist doing that sort of thing if I have time for it. So I think already at this stage I was forming my intention to basically guard the base for as long as possible. And I think I communicated to both E-28 and Maker that that was likely what was going to happen. So I'm not leaving the plateau here come hell or high water, and I will just use the terrain features to maximum effect and try not to get hit. So there is an M41 on the enemy team, so I have to go in a crazy pattern. And it appears at this moment the greatest threat is coming from the part of the map that we left undefended. As you can see, they're coming on. But this is before the RD Nerf, November 2012, so there's a lot of accurate shooting by E-28 and Maker. And I'll just keep those guys lit up. There's the first hit on the Tiger. And as usual, I crash into a rock because I'm not watching where I'm going, I'm watching the enemy. And we're getting some nice hits on those people. There's another hit on the Tiger, so they're being worn down nicely. And I've got to take another peek here, and he fell off the edge there, fortunately. A little bit of comic relief. Now, I'm on a bit of a forward slope there. That was a bit dangerous, but E-28 killed the Tiger. So I'm just going to check over here. And again, once again, I'm not going to leave the plateau without a very good reason. I can't leave, mainly because E-28 and Maker will have no protection if I go out and try to join a firefight somewhere. So I will just keep the approaches illuminated. And I've had, the entire time here, I've had the free camera on just to smooth things out. It's a bit jerky when I try to move, a bit jumpy. It's probably due to my graphics card and the low FPS, so you just have to bear with me. And This situation would never have happened if the enemy had bunched up and used the fire team concept to engage as a group instead of piecemeal. But that's the nature of pubs, and since we're aware of it, we can take full advantage of it. Now, this is short scouting. I've switched to short scouting and keeping my distance. So I'm just, because I don't want to get hit here unless it's absolutely necessary. So I'll just keep that guy under observation. You can see I'm almost further away from him than E28 is. Now Maker went scouting. I think I told him to do that. And he's dead. But at least he revealed the location of the Panzer IV over there. Now, unbeknownst to me, I believe at this point the Crusader was working his way to the other side of the map. No, he hasn't started yet. So here's some epic shooting and epic spotting. So once again, I'm switching to short scouting. Get away from them. And zigzagging, there's the M41 shot from the enemy, I believe. See, I've gotten as far away as possible. And there's just 3 of us left. Maker's down. And just the T-25 in his very first T-25 game. So there's another beautiful shot. Nice tracer curving through the sky in the idiosyncratic World of Tanks version of artillery, which, as you all know, bears no relation to reality. But that's the way they set it up, so you just take advantage of it. Now, like I said, the Crusader snuck past us here, and that might have been a mistake on my part not to keep him under perfect observation. And in a few seconds here, it will be revealed that he has gotten right up to E28 back there, and I'll just turn the camera back there and wait for that. There he is, the little sneaky fellow. Good on him. I mean, that is the sort of thing I like to do, to reappear in a different place unexpectedly. And I forget who killed who here. Okay, so Osimo got the Crusader, but then the M41, I think, got E28. There you go. So now it's just me and the T-25 against the KV-1 Panzer IV, who's at full health, and the M41 is also at full health. So great work, Osimo, there, but he went for a drive, regrettably, and got killed here in a few minutes. So my policy in a situation like that is I will go for the arty and then the tank. So I'm just going to avoid the Panzer IV totally, and you know, I think I'm essentially at this stage saying that I don't have much trust in this Osimo guy, and he is a tier 7 and that thing is a tier 5, so I think possibly... Oh, yeah, he's getting hit there. I think subconsciously I'm expecting him not to fail. And, to be honest, I don't remember exactly what happened here. So I'll just, it's been so long ago and I haven't looked at it recently. So let's just take a peek here. Yeah, so there I am. Okay, I'm going after the arty. So I think I've made up my mind that we cannot allow that arty to just keep spotting, and for better or worse, I have to leave the tier 7 to his own devices there to do the best he can against a tier 5. So away we go. And I remember what happened here. I spotted the arty and veered off. Right. There we go. Veer off. Use that T50 agility. There's no way I'm going down that road. So now there, look, the Osimo has gone off for a drive, and I think that's a horrible mistake. He could run into something with his gun pointed the wrong way, and he's at 37% if I remember correctly. So I'm going to cap here. And just await upon events. I don't want to get involved in a wild goose chase. I mean, that Artie, he could be where I saw him, but if he has any brains, he could get up on the high road. I could go on the low road and miss him entirely. So, you know, war is an option of difficulties, and my feeling here was I'll cap and just await events. So, what do you guys think is going to happen? Well, I can tell you the Panzer IV showed up, and I ran away from him because, like I said earlier, in a situation like this, I want to kill the Artie first. So there's the Artie, and he ran ahead on into the T-25, and there's the Panzer IV just showed up, and the T-25 is about to have a bad experience. There's a single shot from the M41, so I'm going to run away and get the Artie first. Now, the T-50 is not as fast as the A-20, so I'm only going 60 here. And I'm trying to dodge shots and do my best zigzagging, but he got me anyways with a single shot for about 30% of my health, which isn't good. I'm going to keep zigzagging here. And then there's a tracer went past me and veer off onto the secondary road. And the M41, I did not expect to find him actually where I did find him. So there he is. I did not expect that. I thought he was going to head back to roughly where the Panzer IV was, but he chose to fight alone and paid the price. So I always go at a 90-degree angle to the shot, and he's reloading, and he jumped over the edge, so I veered left to meet him downstairs, and here we go. Gold shells, of course.
We've hit them hard. Enemy armor is hit.
A little bit of a snuggle here. Unusual. Ooh, that's dangerous. There we are. And actually, something I forgot to mention is that for about 3 weeks that month of November, my ping was 230. And fortunately, I got that sorted out with the internet service provider. So a few weeks later, it's back down to 130, 140. So my policy in a situation, I'm not going to delay the fight. I'm just going to fight. There's a quote from Hamlet, which I will probably tell you guys sometime, but I don't believe in waiting around in a situation like this.
We've lost the track. We're immobilized.
Yeah, okay, away we go.
Enemy is hit.
There's the gold shell bounced off him. Miss.
Punched right through their armor.
Now, this whole time I'm waiting for the reverse. If he reverses, I reverse and drive backwards.
Enemy is hit.
I'm really disappointed in these gold shells.
Track hit. Looks like that one went right through.
There's another miss. And there's the reverse. So the moment he reverses, I start driving backwards.
We nailed them back.
And here we are. And one more shot, and it's game over. And we all let out a cheer.
We finished
Maker,
off.
E28, and me.